lost him. Gio, where is he? He's fixing his McDonald's. What are you doing? Pull that up. What do you mean you're protesting? You're protesting. Gio, look at your partner. He's protesting. Pioli out. He doesn't want to talk. The silent treatment. Guys, I know it is Monday. What are we going to be talking about? Guess what we're going to be talking about? We're going to be talking about the game. We're going to be talking about what happened with La Curva Sud. We're going to be talking about the shenanigans at the Milan. Thank you, Milan, for giving us continuous material for us to talk about. And before you tell me off, are you allowed to talk, Fabio? Or you're still like, can you tell people what they need to do? Oh, excuse me. Yes, go ahead.
We have a statement we would like to read, please. Coast to Coast stands by the Curva to let Milan and MWP know that we will not stand for participation, objectives, salary-saving tactics, or anything with the phrase Moneyball in it. Milan with a coach and clear project worthy of the club. MWP with the return of Stevie P, a host worthy for our fan base. And for us, and for our fan base, the MWP Curva, what you need to do, hit that video now. You need to subscribe, baby. You need to make sure you like this video and share with all the other Milanista and Calcio lovers and anybody who just likes good content. Make sure you subscribe to all of our Patreon, Instagram, everywhere. Smash the like button, leave a comment, and more importantly, let's start the fucking show. Let's go.
Welcome to the Milan Weekly Podcast, the English voice of Milan fans all over the world, with your hosts, Vinny T and Stevie P.
Benvenuti nella casa della Giro in area, si gira, sinistro, rete, gol capolavoro di Olivier Giroud.
Mignon with another magical save.
Hernandez, coast to coast, del numero 19.
Leao carica il mancino! Eccolo qua! Rafa Leao!
Cari amici sportivi, welcome to another edition of the Milan Weekly Podcast and Coast to Coast. Here we talk everything Milan. Silenzio, Milan, and silence is golden sometimes. We got the Gio, we got Fabio from Coast to Coast. Guys, you know, these last couple of weeks have not been healthy for us Milan fans. But that's what Mondays are all about. We're here to talk about, yes, rated R. You know, this is what it's all about. I know some of us have been very negative, very vocal about what's been going on. And, you know, what's happened on this past weekend. I was always a big, I think I said a couple of weeks ago when, you know, people were like, oh, I don't want to watch anymore. And I was like, we need to be like La Curva, that they continuously support no matter what. And Fabio had a good idea, sent a message over to Colin from Milan Club Dublin, part of La Curva. He's been there many times. And Fabio, what once I pulled this up, what were exactly, you asked him about his thoughts about this whole situation?
Just kind of like a person who goes and experiences almost every game that he goes to with the Curva. He's always sitting with them just to see what the temperature was like in the people that he spoke to and knew. So we just reached out to him because of the people in our Patreon chat. I feel he's one of the regulars who's at the stadium despite living in Ireland. And you know, he had a couple of things, a lot of stuff he can't be told per se, because they keep a lot of stuff close to the vest, and they're not telling people that are outside probably their the Curva's head council that they have of people. But it's still just an insight to hear what couple of people are saying, and we thought Colin was the best person to kind of reach out and just see what the temperature is from people who go and are a part of the Curva when they go.
Definitely. So let me pull this up and let me read it out to you. So in Colin's words, communication strategy, institutional presence, targeted purchases, cohesion, ambition, ability. A winning project starts from the ownership. These were the only banners put up in the Secondo Blu. No AIMC club banners around San Siro, nothing.
Yeah.
No che confusion, guys. For those who know, Associazione Italiana Milan clubs. That's the association in European clubs. No che confusione. No calling out players' names. Nothing. To be honest, I agree with Kuvra on this. I know a lot of the members, and I know the amount of work they put in. The sacrifice they make to support Milan is bordering on insanity, but the passion is incredible. I've been to Al Clan, I've seen and helped prepare the choreographies. Milan fans like ourselves have red and black blood since we were kids. With Berlusconi, this was understood and respected, and to some extent, Elliot too. Cardinale came in and made sweeping changes without knowing the perceived impact and how it looks. Italian football is different, always was and always will be. We live and bleed for the club. I make no apologies. He promised to take Milan back to the top. When? This is why they are annoyed. I was at the derby when not a single player came over to us in Kuro after the game. This hurt even more than the result and watching Inter celebrate. The team had an identity when we won the Scudetto. Now it's gone. No cohesion, no soul, nothing. And when Curva actually walked out with 20 minutes to go, I believe that was an image that will be ingrained in my mind forever. We made it clear it's not aimed at Pioli, but Cardinale. And the only fans we heard singing were Genoa. This ain't good from Colin, Milan Club Dublin. You know what? Let's start off with you, Gio. Like, do you agree with what they did? Do you agree with Colin's words? Your thoughts on all what happened?
Vinny, I mean, it's crazy because they walked out, but like we as fans from like overseas and stuff, like we look up to them what they do, and it was just crazy because they didn't say nothing when Maldini got fired. When like let's be honest, when we sold Tonali, they said, "Hey, that's what we need to do to be competitive." They doing now. I think now that Inter got the second star and they live in Italy, they have to hear shit from them. Like me and Fabio, like we not walking down the street and seeing an Interista. They gotta live with that. They kids gotta go with Interistas. And I think they finally feel embarrassed. The pitting, pitching, and all that stuff is good. Getting revenue, being self-sustaining is good. But I think it now finally broke them because now they're getting laughed at everywhere they go, Vinny. Inter don't care that we got 7 Champions League. They beat us for the second star, and they beat us in a game to clinch. I think that's what's most hurtful on them, and it has the fan base confused because they're like, now y'all want to talk, but me, I don't care. I look to what they saying, and I feel the frustration. I mean, what they saying.
I think we all feel the frustration. I don't think it's because of Inter losing the way we did to Inter and 6 in a row. I think the lack of direction. Guys, Gio just said it. We got rid of Maldini, and they were let's wait and see, right? Got sold Tonali. Let's wait and see, right? Forza Milan sempre. So the message of this one, and I'm not criticizing them at all. I'm just trying to understand why now. Right? Because we went through 9 games in a row where we hadn't lost, right? Would we have won this? Guys, let's be honest. If we would have won against Inter, we had a project if we would have won against Inter. So would this message have passed, right? Now understand losing in Europa League, losing a 6 derby.
I think that's
Fabio,
what hurts more.
What do you think, man?
Well, first, they haven't had a good relationship in regards to Maldini for whatever reason. That's the word on the street in regards to the Curva itself. But what Maldini presented, which is what was so disturbing when it happened, and I think this is another aftershock, despite it being 10 months, 11 months later, is another aftershock on the fact that This particular management with these guys, they're all rookies. They decided to remove the person or two people predominantly that were in charge for the last 5 years, who were successful, which changed everybody's horizon. Okay? Before, we were happy to just make it to fourth place because we had years of it not being there, falling down the table, fighting in last minute and losing. These are all different mentalities. Now, once you taste success, now the fans can't go back. Now you can't put the genie back in the bottle. We expect a clear path. And the fact that Maldini said something on television and then immediately month later or 2 months later, whatever it was, ends up getting fired. But that's the exact point that the Curva now is trying to say. We need a strategy. Like, that's what Maldini was saying. We needed to invest money, do all this stuff. And for some reason, they weren't eye to eye. I think it's Furlani. I think he's honestly the problem. If they don't make a good hire in regards to the next coach, he's got to go next. He's the next person to go on the chopping block. Because if Jerry wants to stick around, plus the whole thing of the loan that's coming up in a year, there's a lot of uncertainty. And to me, you come in immediately and you basically flip the whole table of the squad. This is why it's like this. And it wasn't bad. We didn't have to put Pioli to the sword until those 2 games against Roma and another embarrassment against Inter. Now, all right, you had your year without Maldini. We see we can't go further because you second place is probably more of the other teams being really, really weak this year, and we being able, because we are not close to Inter. We are just above everybody else, but we're definitely not close to the top, and that should worry everybody.
So let me ask this, right? It's coming back to, tasting success. Gio, what comes back in Colin's message and from La Curva is that Jerry, when he came in, right, said we want to bring Milan back to the top of the soccer world. He didn't say this year. He said this a couple of years ago. Last year's season, guys, we were worse than this season. And let's not forget, guys, if it wasn't for those fucking 10 points, we wouldn't even be in Champions League this season. What's the difference between, bringing, is it because enough is enough? And okay, we passed 1 year and now it's like, okay, this project of bringing back, is it the lack of what signings? Is it the because again, it's just strange to me that, guys, let's be honest, everybody knew that we're not going to win the Scudetto this year, that Inter was going to win 2 months ago. Where's the mentality change from last year? I think we have 9 points more than we had last year, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong at this point. Inter was gonna ran away with it, right? Napoli ran away with it last year. Where's the difference, Gio, according to you?
I mean, I don't know, Vinny. I think look how far away we're with Inter. And I think all the signings have worked out, but I don't know. We're not consistent. I don't know where it went. I think where we went wrong is we tried to go for the 4-3-3 and we didn't get a DM because that's why we're open, like the ocean. When it splits in the Moana movie and he got to go get the start to Taka. Like that's how we're open because our midfield gets ran through so easily. It's just like one pass over our midfield, boom, they're in there. So, I mean, I think the signings did work, but we just didn't get enough signing. And then just them, I mean, my only problem with Cardinale right now is that I think he gave Pioli too much. Like, it's been 4 seasons in a row that we've had massive injuries. I don't care what the Paramount Plus boy over there is saying that this is an anomaly. No, it's been 4 years, Vinny, that we've been every October we go down like flies. And if you look at our injury record, we're double of the next team, which is like Juve. So I think my problem only with Cardinale is like, okay, you seen this going on, but you're not stepping in. You think that this is cool, that we should be recalling people from loan, we should be buying players to fill in that we don't play.
Well,
and
he's not making those decisions. That's Furlani and Moncada. That's them.
Do you think that maybe I'm going to use the analogy of the Montreal Canadiens here. the hockey team, 24 Stanley Cups. I think it's about 10 years now that they've sucked. And when the new management took over, I believe 4 or 5 years ago, they came out and said, "Is like, hey, you know what? We need to fix all the problems of the previous management. It's going to take time. Don't expect, right?" That is expected from Montreal Canadiens fans. Now, here is that you've said that you want to bring Milan back to the heights of, the glory days, top of the football world. Guys, we went beyond. Guys, we won a Scudetto and we overachieved. I think we've all agreed with that, right?
I think it's expectations. What you have now is expectations. Before, you didn't. You had failures, constant failures, one after another. As soon as you get a winning season, a season where you're now all right, it shouldn't even be a thought. We're going to make the top 4. Let's contend for the title. Those are like the disappointments now. And it's always, unfortunately for Pioli, he doesn't know how to get this team up. Like, he's dead in the water. Everybody knows he's getting fired, and his team immediately makes mistakes. It just, it's Pioli was always set up to be the fall guy for this year, and let's get it over with and get to the next person, because the next person is on Furlani, on Moncada. It's their decision now. Cardinal is not making no fucking decision. He doesn't know shit about the sport. He doesn't care. He's just there. How much money is he losing? How much money are they in line to make? That's all he cares about. All right. My man is like Gordon Gekko. He don't give a fuck about nothing but numbers, baby. All right.
In the end, guys, if you have to believe, guys, I'm gonna repeat it. If you believe a fucking petition, a social media movement is the reason why they didn't get Lopetegui, guys, if management wanted to get Lopetegui, that's where they were gonna go get. Let's see what's going to happen. I'm going to ask you this, guys. Take off your negativity hats. I want you to be as unbiased as possible. If Pioli is announced that he's leaving at the end of the season, the last game at the San Siro, do they reserve a standing ovation for Pioli and give him the flowers that he deserves?
Yes.
Gio?
He won you a title. You have to.
Yeah.
Don't be
man. Yeah,
don't be ingrate.
No, I'm gonna be smoking a cigar in his name, man, because he made us. We went wild in that Scudetto season, man.
He was on fire for once.
And I don't know. I just feel like that after the Scudetto, like I felt like he went away from what he was best at, Vinny. I think he said, "Fuck it, I'm a winner. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna trust these guys." Stubborn. But yeah, shout out to Pioli. I'm gonna smoke Pioli.
I give Pioli his props, Vinny. But Pioli's a bitch for not addressing the Kessie departure. And still, even to this season, we need a guy in the middle that can do so much work. And we've never addressed it. It was a huge hole. He thought Krunic was the man, but you give him his flowers because he did win you a Scudetto, and that's it. He's gone. Come on, let's not be scumbags,
Exactly. So, guys, there's the rumors, right? We're gonna get into the game after. We're gonna do. We're not gonna really analyze. We're just maybe gonna go into player ratings, as you guys like to do on Coast to Coast. Out of all the rumored names, Conceição supposedly has been a name coming out. He's done some good things at Porter, I believe. Gio, would you be happy with a guy like that?
Well, Conceição, yeah, but I mean, I don't know. To me, even though me and Jan argue about this all the time, shout out Jan, I'd rather give the keys to Palladino. I think Galliani said it. He's seen him in his dreams. And the last time he had somebody in his dreams, it was Carlos. So look at that. But I'd rather give it to
not
Palladino.
Giving the reins to Milan to a 37-year-old, Gio. Get those things out of your
head. Are y'all
head.
mad because he's handsome or something? Y'all mad because Palladino handsome or something?
I told you, G. You and me, we're kicking. We want young people. All right, no geezers, no. If you're in your 60s, we don't want you. I don't care how great of a coach you've been. You probably passed your prime. Let's get somebody young, fresh ideas. Come on. They're doing it in all sports. All the coaches, hot shots, the 30 cents. Some of them are just finished playing.
I think if honestly, I believe if Pioli would have made it to the semifinals of the Europa League, I think he would still hopefully resign because I think it's the end of a cycle. That's what I believe. I think this is his longest tenure in a football club. I thank him for everything that he did. He made the chicken soup out of chicken shit the Scudetto year. The way he came in,
chicken shit. We
chicken
weren't
soup out of
that
chicken
bad.
shit.
Listen, I would just
After
say
that
this.
5-0
How
to
much did you
Atalanta.
owe? Yeah, that was bad.
Exactly.
We had Macias at right wing, bro. We were chicken shit, bro.
We were playing with 9-10 guys.
Hey,
I
that's
think he
Scudetto winner,
owed
Macias.
10 million though. First of all, Macias' jersey's getting moved around like it's Caldara. They don't even have an image for him. They just put up Macias' picture up there. Unbelievable.
Oh man. So guys, again, you know what? I'm still gonna continue. By the way, I forgot. You know, in Seinfeld, there's little Jerry. I introduced him at the pregame chat. Guys, this is Little Vinny. Little Vinny is here. Little Vinny, he's always positive. Look, he's always smiling. Look at what the internet gets me. Thank you to my friend.
What do we got to do to get a little mini bobblehead?
You need to have a lady friend that is very creative and finds these things for you. And look at that. Look at it. Gorgeous. Look at that hair. Look at that beautiful hair. Huh? Very nice. Very nice. So on this note, guys, I'm going to continue. We're still going to go pregame therapy this Sunday at 2:45.
Vinny, who do you want as a manager? You never said who do you want as a manager.
Who do you want?
Who do I want as a manager? Honestly, guys, I was going to, as long as it's not Walter Mazzarri, you know, I didn't mind Lopetegui. I wouldn't mind Conceição. I don't think a Palladino is going to bring in stuff, but I think, you know, Thiago Motta, I'm not convinced because, again, I know I repeat myself. Nobody would be talking about Thiago Motta and Bologna if the Napolis and the Lazios and the Romas of the Serie A would have played to their potential this year. That's the only thing I'm going to say. I don't think you should make that jump right away. We shall see. For me, Thiago Motta, if he performs in the Champions League with the team that Saputo is going to give him, we shall see. But maybe a guy that's going to bring fresh ideas.
If we don't get him, he's going to Juve. That's supposedly what's happening.
And so Frank, he has won 10 titles in 7 years. Always sells beef with new Porto president. Yes, because that's supposedly the reason why he should be leaving. So, guys, yes. So let's keep on, because for me, it's like even though we were 3 guys watching the game on Saturday, I don't care. I'm gonna watch my team no matter what happens.
Of course.
And to Khaled in the Patreon chat, Khaled, before you send us messages about, you know, I watched during the banter. This is the first time I didn't feel like watching, and then we had to bring you up names, alla Alessio Cerci, Andy Bertolacci. You see what you did, guy? You made us bring back all these names: Diego Lopez in nets,
Kevin Constant,
Emmanuelson, Gio. Don't forget, Emmanuelson was a right back, but then we played him as a trequartista, if you guys don't remember, under Allegri. So, Khaled, thank you for bringing back some bad memories. Then we had Jeremy Menez. Jeremy Menez is one of
no, he was good. He was good. That back-heeled goal, unbelievable.
That one goal. We had the Philippe.
We had the gray Honda.
No stress Mexes in goal, right? We had Alex with that beautiful header.
Mexes with another world-class bicycle kick goal. I mean, there were some gems
That's
in
the
there.
only thing we remember. We remember those seasons we finished 10. We just remember,
there's
remember the
no
Mexes
need
goal.
to remember. The goal was worthy of remembering. The whole season, not so much.
Let's. You guys remember Taye Taiwo?
Wow, that's a long time ago.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Mexes.
No, Suso wasn't bad, man. Suso wasn't bad. He just
we'll put a Bonucci in there.
Rene Jamel Mesbah in the Coppa Italia with that flying header that made us beat Juventus. Jamel Mesbah, Traoré, Niang, Acerbi when he was really
Cherby.
bad.
Yes, that picture with the three of them. Oh
Right? Oh my God, Poli. You guys remember Poli?
Yeah, he was.
Oh yeah, hey,
Andrea
Poli was
killer,
supposed
right?
to be the next one
Oh,
up.
he was
Remember?
supposed to be the
Remember,
man.
he was supposed to.
Montalivo was a bad signing. We couldn't get rid of
Guys,
him.
remember Mr. X with Galliani would always having our Mr. X.
We don't even get a Mr. X anymore.
Guys,
we get nothing.
we paid 20 million euros for Bertolacci, and I think we paid what 15-20 for Lucas Biglia.
Yeah, he's one of the worst. He's one of the worst. He's an atrocious signing.
Okay,
But yes.
Let's move on. Let's move on, guys. You know, on Coast to Coast, you guys like to do player ratings. It was in the APL, like Steve likes. What a hell of a game! What a hell of a game! Banger after banger. 3-3, 3-3 draw here. We went down. We went up. You know what? Before we do your ratings, if maybe I should let you take over. But if we had to go with one player of the game, you know, Milan posts like the tops and flops, because flops we're gonna have multiple. But how about a top for you until we get into these player ratings?
My top, well, we're just gonna give away one of my player ratings though, is Florenzi. 1 goal, 1 assist. I thought Florenzi was lively. He had a great game. I can go with Florenzi.
Yeah, I like Florenzi on that one. That was my pick. Gio, how about your top?
My top, man, it's gonna be I'm gonna say Chukwueze. I like how he did. He got an assist. I mean, I'm gonna say Chuck. He's come to life.
And he would have had a goal, but it was called back by VAR.
Yeah, and an offside.
Offside.
No, that was 100%. The other ones that were called back like
yeah. Well, that was because his Johnson was offside. That's different. But all right, so we'll start. Well, we can all agree, right? Florenzi, for the most part, should be getting an A. We'll just start there. Florenzi,
I'm gonna go with an A. I'm good with an A.
Mm-hmm.
G. He's Italian. Gio's gonna be gargling his, you know what?
Gio says A. Okay.
All right, so let's go with Gabbia now. All right, Gabbia gets a goal. There is a section where you could say he struggled a little bit with Ekuban, who honestly, I just feel like he kind of had his hands full. Him and Tomori kind of both of them together. He gets in between both of them for the second goal. So to me, I look at that as a Gabbia pretty good overall. Definitely, again, crazy to say this, the best defender in this game was Gabbia. So I'm gonna give him a B. What say you, Vinny?
No, Gabbia, guys. There's 3 goals here. The only reason that saves him is a C because of that goal. Because the penalty was on Tomori. I gotta give him a C on this one, Gabbia. I'm sorry, not because guys. There's 3 goals. No matter how you look at it, there's 3 goals against us. So
see, I like this. Vinny, hold on.
Okay, G, okay.
You know what he wants. You know what he wants. We gotta give it to him. All right, hold on one second.
What is Gio gonna give Gabbia?
Gio doesn't just talk about Gabbia. He needs a full promotion. All right, because Gio is on a mission to make it happen. There you go, G. Go ahead.
Nah, man, you know I love Gabbia. He made some mistakes, but he also made I think Ikuban, like he went past Tomori and then he cut it out at the last minute. So I'm gonna give him. I'm between like a B and a C, but I'm gonna give him a B. He got the goal, so he made up for his mistake. Yeah. And you know what? I just like Gabbia's character. He said that he was gonna come back and give his all, and you know what I like now? I don't know. He's turned into like an attacker now. He's getting into the attacking phase.
I mean,
I was
he's
like,
trying.
oh shit, look at, I'm like, dang, what?
You're right.
So 2 B's and a C. Okay, fine.
All right, so we're gonna lean towards the B on that one.
Get this sticker out of here. We gotta
get him out of here. Get him out of here. All right, let's go to Tomori now. Now, I'm telling you straight up, Tomori gets an F. That 3 minutes in, you make a fucking mistake.
Yeah, no, that's
and then the second goal, that is an F. 100%.
Hold on a second. Little Vinny says F as well. Little Vinny says F as well. No, that's a fail because that's, we're all looking at each other at the bar and we're just looking. It's like, but how bad is that? Like, there wasn't even a discussion. And I remember the Interistas looking at us. He's a good guy. He's just looking. He's like, but you guys are like, no, we're not complaining. That was a complete, an F. An F for me. How about
G? F, 100%, right?
That's an F because even the commentator said like he had 4. Like on the penalty that there was like 3 defenders behind him. Like why he made the challenge because he wanted to. But
I
Yeah,
see what
F
I see
tomorrow.
what you're saying there, but for me, the score is just that I could understand the mistake from Benacer, but that foul to me was unnecessary.
You know what I said,
That's why we
Vinny?
have opinions. Yeah,
That's why, you know what I said? I said, with that, 3 minutes in, this guy has solidified that he's taking a couple of weeks off in June because he's not getting a call up from Southgate. It's not happening. He's going to sit home, unfortunately. Even
all
if we
right.
don't agree with it, it is what it is. Deo, I'm at a C with Deo. Just average. Had a couple of times where, I don't know, just one shot that he had, he shot it right off Leao. It wasn't a great game. To me, he was just there. I give him a C. What say you?
I'm gonna go with C as well because there was a few times that he took the ball up and it was time to pass and he didn't, and he was bringing himself back to that coast to coast.
Oh, that's right. He did the coast to coast, and he shot it very weakly into the
Yeah,
keeper.
yeah.
You're right.
And a game that Leao did not show up, that's when you need Teo to show up. So I'm gonna go with C, maybe just C because
100%.
of expectations. Gio,
Def.
Oh no, man! I'm a harsh grader on Theo. I think when he did that coast to coast, he had two men wide open, and the fucking idiot
yeah, he did.
shot it. So for me, it's a F because he basically said, "Fuck you, Gio. That I'm taking the shot." So a F for him.
Oh,
I was
Gio's
not
giving an
happy.
F.
Fuck you.
No, I'm not. I was not. I'm not happy. Look, check this out, Vinny. Like, there's a lot of people that are going right now to Italy because it's getting warm. They're going to see these last 5 games. The audacity, like the thing you could do is like show up and perform good. There was 75,000 people in San Siro, and then
No,
they
it
had to
wasn't
see this
75,000.
dress. It
Yeah,
looked full
no.
to me. The guy said 75 on Paramount Plus, but F Dale letting me
All right.
down.
Fail for Hernandez. Fabio, let me throw it out to you. How about Rudolph Reindeers? What do you give him?
To Johnny, I mean, to him, I would say you disappeared most of the game. I would say you're probably closer than a D than a C because we didn't get much out of him, honestly.
No.
Definitely.
I'm gonna go with C minus. Is there plus and minuses in your?
No, we
Can I
like
get
to
them
keep it. You can do whatever you want, but we like to keep round numbers, round
C. C. I'm
grades.
gonna go with C. I'm gonna agree
All
with
right.
C.
G?
Gio, Reindeers.
C.
All right, so we're all
right,
agreeing
so
on that one.
We'll all agree on the C. I'll tell you this. I'll start with Pulisic here before we go to Benacer. I thought Pully had a pretty good game. It's hard for me to give you. Actually, he had an assist. That's the B right there. I was going to say, because he did have a good shot that hit the post. And I thought, again, playing in a position that we should have done earlier in the season, especially when we knew 100% that Chukwueze was coming over. You know, it's just stupid that Pioli always has to be forced into these decisions. But whatever. I think he was a B, though.
Yeah, because of his versatility and being able to play in that position, where I believe it's a second time, guys, after Lecce game, to
Yeah.
be able to give us. Obviously, it wasn't a world
And we
class
scored
game, but
3
no,
goals
definitely
in each one.
a
That's
B.
interesting.
B for me. Gio for Captain America.
B.
All right.
All right, we're all in agreement. A pretty good game for Pulisic. I thought again, he did what he was supposed to do, and the fluidity of being able to have him lay out Chukwueze, and hopefully one day in our life a mobile striker up top who could all 4 of them switch and make different runs. It would be extremely dynamic. Hopefully that happens in the future. But Benny, I would give Benny a C.
No, Benny, man. Fuck, it hurts, man. Benny, I gotta give you a D. I gotta give you a D. So from what Nico mentioned before, it's like I think it's just because I expect so much from him, and I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is, but I'm gonna have to go with D with Benny. I'm sorry, Ben Asser. We have to pronounce it correctly, Algerian name. Gio, do you agree with me? What do you give Benny?
You know what? I'm gonna give him a C, Vinny, and he looked like he's finally getting into shape. He's been hearing that I was saying that he was doing haram versus Ramadan, and he's losing, and he's losing weight. He looked a little bit thinner yesterday, like he shed like 5-10 pounds. So, it'll get there, but we need to see something in the next 3 games, or if not, I think the club is gonna sell him in the summer. And yeah, Frank, I don't know, Paramount Plus. I mean, there are a lot of clowns working at that thing. I'm sorry, they said it.
Oh boy. All right, Fabio. Let me throw it out to you. Let's go with Leao. Let's go with Leao. What score do you give him, man?
Leao gets a D today, not an F. I don't think a full F, but I just feel like he's not playing with the intensity of a dude who wants to go out and give paying fans a worthy performance for the money he's being paid. And he kind of goes through the motions at the moment. And it looked like when he got substituted, we started to play a little better. I don't know how true that is. I still think Leao is our best player. And when you remove him instead of Giroud, it just boggles the mind. But that's Pioli. But it still was not enough. It was a dreadful performance, so I'm going with D.
If it wasn't for him going straight into the dressing room and not staying with the team, that would have been a D for me. It's an F. Sorry, Leao. We all have bad games. You've been booed before. We're all consummate professionals. It is their right to boo, whether with reason or not. But I didn't like that move, just going straight into the dressing room. We all deal with our own kind of shit, but that's my reasoning. Gio for Leao.
You know what? I mean, I'll be saying it be your own people that hate on you. How the hell did we miss Sportiello? 2 fucking
No, we're
Italians on
gonna
the
get
show.
to him. We're gonna
We're
get
gonna
to
get
him.
to him,
We
Gio. Don't worry.
Sportiello should be the first person. He's the goalie. Dang.
He's your co-host. Don't look at me.
Listen.
Oh, Leao. Look, Leao. He didn't want to play yesterday, and I said in the chat yesterday, MWP, you're not a Kobe. You're a fucking LeBron James. You're there when it's going good. It's going good. But
why you say that? Don't say LeBron. The guy's won like 3 or 4 titles. This guy's won 1 and nothing else. No MVPs, multiple years like LeBron. You shut your trap. He gave you 1 in your this is why sometimes you gotta.
Jalen Brunson.
You a hater. You a hater.
Is he giving a D or an F like me?
No, I'm giving him an F. And you know what? I didn't like yesterday. Vinny, there was a pass that like a through ball that he could have got. He just didn't want to run. And then you're posting all this cryptic shit. Bro, if you don't want to be here, greater players have left us. So if you don't want to be here, let the door hit you in the ass.
That's Pioli, bro. That's Pioli.
He always when he doesn't perform and they're booing him just like a regular.
Yeah, they whistle him a lot.
Kobe got booed. Michael Jordan got booed when they weren't having a game. It's not like he's the next coming of Jesus Christ. Everybody gets booed. This is sports. If you don't like it, then go. You think like you going to Premier League? Do you know what they're doing over there, Premier League, for black players? Come on, man. So, like, get it together.
Manchester United today losing what? 4-0 to Crystal Palace. Chucky, I'm gonna give Chucky a B on this one. He's been present. He's been a lot better than the first half of the season. A bit more consistency. Him not starting in the last games, that's a discussion for another day. But yeah, I'm gonna give Chuck E. Cheese a B. Fabio, you?
I think Chucky, he gets a B. He's not A material yet, but he's getting there, man. If Pioli just keep playing this kid and giving him more time, I wouldn't even sub him off. Let him play the full 90. Screw it. Like this kid hasn't played for us the whole season. Give him the final 3 games. Give him the full 90. Stop it. Stop playing around. I think it was a good performance by him, though.
Gio, how about you?
Nah, B, man. He's coming into form. That's why everybody was puzzled why he didn't start in the Europa League. But I'm going to need to – this is just a starting point for Chucky. A lot of people want to mention him that he's like CDK. He's not no CDK. CDK gave up, and he's been talking a lot of shit. Chucky, he's got a strong head on his shoulders, and I like it, man. I like the way that he's playing. He's playing with aggression, and let's play him the next week because look, Pioli subbed him out for Chow, and then Chow gives up the goal.
Yeah, he's a genius. This guy, Pioli outsmarts himself. But I like this. You see what Ricardo's put? Vin, Chuck has been better than Leao for a while now. If Leao takes this sort of mentality that he always wants to be the best player on his team. That no matter what, if his boy on the other side has 8 assists, he wants to get to 9. Like they just keep pushing each other to be better and better. That's what we need, man. But this layout right now has been doo-doo. Chuck's been pretty good. But the guy up top, let's get to him. One of our last before we get to Sportiello.
I think it's been doo-doo because when the whole team does doo-doo, our eyes are directly on Leao, and sometimes our criticism of him is a bit harsh. But that's what we're expecting of you, Leao. That's what we're expecting of you.
All right, what do you think of Giroud? Because I was ready to kill him. I was ready to kill him on that first one.
I'm gonna go with C because I don't know the fuck he missed.
Yeah, the first one. 2 minutes into Okafor being on the field, he gives him an open net and he misses it completely.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give him C for Olivier, Monsieur Giroud. Gio, do you agree with my C? What do you say?
No, I'm gonna give him a. Even though I wanted to kill him, but he came with a worldly goal, and I'm gonna give him a B on that. That's his job, just to score goals, and he did it. So. That's a B. He knows it's an A because,
No, if it's an A, we actually win the game 4-3. But because he cannot shoot it on target, that's what happens. So,
all right,
I'm giving him a C. He can't. No more than that. I'm sorry, you missed the fucking hitter. You would have had an A. So no B for me. Screw you. Last but not least, Sportiello. What say you, Vinny? What's your grade on Sportiello?
I'm gonna have to go with C because
the 3 goals. You're right.
It's the 3 goals, but it's like I can't blame him for the goals, right? But he's no Tatarusano to say at least. But I think he would have gotten a B. But no, Sportiello is he's all right. I'm gonna give him a C. Sportiello.
C. Okay. Gio's gonna skew upward because he has an Italian love affair.
Nah. He gets a C. You can't let in 3 goals and get a B or A, bro.
That's true.
I know.
I agree with that.
But
all right.
Let's see.
Yeah.
How about
Pioli?
Grade. Yeah, Pioli.
I give you an F, Pioli. I've been telling you all the time because the team immediately is down. They look like they technically don't know what to do. You're forced into this formation. Yes, because he doesn't know how to motivate his team. Sorry to tell you that. He doesn't. Otherwise, he'd be getting better performances. Instead, he's not. They look like chickens without a head out there. They don't know what the hell they're doing for half the time. This game, they finally stepped it up. But, we can joke about the Premier League all we want, guys, about, 3 goals back and forth, whatever. This is garbage football. You know what was garbage football? 0-0 last week with second and third place. Can't even fucking venture a goal or a shot on target. At least we got 3 goals, despite the fact we scored 4 goals. All right, 4 goals. Well, their last one was for us.
It's a D for me. Gio, you're gonna go with you're gonna go with an F or you're gonna go with a D?
Yeah, he's gonna go F. He's Pioli out.
Nah, man. Nah. You know what? A D. I mean, he was getting a B. He was getting a B right there. He was getting a B. And then he put in Chow, and Chow, a couple minutes later, he's going
Chow to those 3 points.
Yeah, man.
All right, guys. So I like doing these gradings. Looking forward to doing them for the last couple of weeks.
Hold on. We didn't do. Who's the flop? Because we did top, we didn't do flop.
The biggest flop of the game, because there's many of them.
Again,
because of expectations.
Damn.
Leao. I'm gonna go with Leao.
That's a pretty good one. Gee, who's your flop?
Nah, I said it, Theo, man.
Theo, seriously?
He had 2 men wide open to just lay it off, and they score in the back of the net. And then he don't even get it up, Fabio. He goes.
Hey, yo! What are you talking about?
He doesn't shoot it, so I don't know. Oh shit.
Frank, you said forgot the subs. If we get the subs, we're going to be here for an hour.
Yeah, come on. We still have to do Serie A and everything else. Let's go.
Fabio, how about you? Your
My flop, I had Tomori. The stupid foul in the beginning. You could say poor man marking on the second goal. Him and Gapia together lose what's it? Bakan, whatever the hell that guy's name is. I forgot.
Ichabod.
Say Ichabod. There it is. But yeah, I'm going tomorrow. Tomorrow's my.
All right, so that was our review of the Wonder Goal Fest, and you know what? Let me see here because
We need the
Liban likes
trumpet.
it, right?
We need
Can
it.
I
And this
put an
one,
APP?
there would have been. You know what, guys? It is time for Serie A review, and on that note, where's our little thing here?
We put in
This segment is brought to you by Fubo.tv, your home for all things the Serie A and EPL here in Canada. A couple of snooze fests here for Serie A. Torino Bologna 0-0. Bologna not taking up the points. Nothing really to comment on this one. Monza
I do,
Lazio.
I
This
do.
one. What do you have to say, Gio?
Cairo, if you want 40 million for Borgiano, tell me what are you drinking at night? Because another bad game by Borgiano. Let's start being real, guys. You know I love my Italians, but Borgiano was awful this game. That's all I gotta say.
Monza Lazio was 1-0 for Lazio. They left it late. Monza coming back 2-2. Multiple trompets on this one. Yes, go ahead.
Doric, is that his name? He got his second goal in the second minute to steal for 2 points from Lazio.
So, Lazio had come up from a couple of good results. And then, guys, leave it to in Serie A, where you have a possible relegated team, beat not once, but twice, the champions of Italy. And I like how Limone is like, la partita tutta sbagliata. Like, we made so many mistakes. Like, who the fuck cares, dude? Like, you gave now. You know what they did, Fabio? They gave us more excitement for the relegation race.
Yep.
The relegation race. So Sassuolo Inter 1-0. We're gonna take a look at those standings after. Cagliari Lecce 1-1. Right? These teams. This seems. Yeah.
This one wasn't bad, honestly. I was watching most of the second half. Lecce, they spent the entire second half with a one-man advantage, and they got the equalizer actually later in the game. But they were pressing the whole time. I thought they were going to get more than one, but in the end, it ended in a tie. But they got their equalizer in the 84th minute.
And Verona. Guys, these are the games we need to watch now, because Verona there in the relegation beating Fiorentina 2-1 at home, and this was a surprising result to me. How about you, Gio? Did you expect Fiorentina to lose? Or basically, these teams, like, when they're relegation, they're capable of pulling up these kind of results.
This is huge.
I think they got their mind on Thursday, Vinny. They got a big game. They got a big game on Thursday in the Conference League. So they're like, you know what? No matter if we keep on winning, we're going to be in the same position. So let's go and try to get a trophy. So I think that's what they were concentrating on.
And leaving chances to Verona, right?
Yeah, and Verona, honestly, that was huge because it jumped them away from 16th, 17th, and 18th. Like, that was a big 3 points. And Noslin with the winner in the 59th minute.
So we're going to take a look at that. Empoli Frosinone 0-0. Obviously, Milan Genoa. And then we had, I think we could have mortgaged the house on this result. A tie. I felt Juve played better than Roma on this one. Fabio, maybe some takeaways from this game? Are you with me on this one?
No, this one, to me, I didn't really like this game very much. Both goals came fairly, in the middle of the first half, and then it was boring the rest of the way. Juve is very boring to watch. Lukaku, the scorer, and Bremer, to me, not a great highlight, honestly. To Roma, Juve, Juve, they're just dragging their feet at this point. It's a boring end of the season for them. We'll see what they do in the Coppa Italia. But
definitely. Any comments on this one, Roma Juve today, Gio?
Yo, Max Allegri, man, you going crazy on the sideline for what reason, bro? Why is he going crazy, Vinny? Like all the time, like the season is done. He's like doing all that. Like, what's going on?
He's always losing his mind.
I know what's going on. Maybe that's why he lost his hair. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. After the goals, Vinny, I don't think there was that much excitement and stuff like that.
Man, it's been a rough week to be a Roma fan. After
Yeah.
getting smacked by Leverkusen, you get this boring 1-1 draw with Juve. There,
We'll see what happens this week. Salernitana thought they were getting all excited with a 1-goal Atalanta beating them 2-1.
6 minutes.
You know what?
It turned.
Us we
Scamacca
played.
and Koopmeiners.
Us we played on a Thursday. We couldn't play a derby on a Sunday, but Atalanta can play a game on a Monday and play a semifinals of Europa League on a Thursday. Leave it to Serie A because that's the way Serie A works. But Atalanta winning 2-1, reaching Roma. We're gonna take a look at those scores then, and then the Juve.
Vinny, hold on.
Yeah,
hold on. Atalanta, shout out to Scamacca. Gio was the only one that wanted him in the summer. I said
You're
I
a
would give
liar.
an arm in LA. I said
You
it.
are a
It's
liar.
documented. Fabio, somebody sent me the clip. I wanted Scamacca, and shout out to him. I don't know why Jan don't like him, but that's my brother Jan, so I'm going with Jan. But he don't like all the tattoos and stuff. But shout out Scamacca. I'm telling y'all, watch out for Italy. Dark horse, 2024 Euros. We're coming for y'all asses. We're coming for that ass.
Gio for GM, if the committee is saying. And then Udinese Napoli. Napoli thought they were cruising to 3 points, and then Udinese said, and it was a success of a goal.
It was.
Success, scoring, what, 92nd minute, Fabio?
92nd minute to tie the game. And that point kept Udinese alive. Let's show the next slide, Vinny.
And guys, so let's look at so on the left, Atalanta reaching Roma at 60 points, still with the game in hand with Fiorentina. Then you have Udinese right now at 30 points, Sassuolo 29, Empoli 32, Frosinone.
No, Sassuolo 30. Actually, no, Sassuolo 30. Yeah, Udinese 30. Yeah, go ahead.
Sassuolo 29, Udinese 30. So from 14th to 19th, you have 5 points of difference, guys. I'm gonna ask one.
Oh, there is a mistake on here. Sorry,
Where?
I just noticed it. Frosinone and Empoli have 31 points each. Calgary does have 33, but Frosinone and Empoli are actually on 31 right now. I checked it before.
I thought I checked it this morning with
That's what it said on my
No.
ESPN when I looked.
No,
Hold on,
it's correct, Fabio.
ESPN.
I got football. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
32
32,
Empoli.
32, 33. Fuck ESPN. What do they know, ESPN?
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. My
No,
mistake.
29, 30, 32, 32.
I wrote it
32,
wrong. It does
34.
say that. Sorry, Sonny. We apologize.
So everything, what a battle this is going to be.
What a battle.
And Fiorentina staying at 50 points, Napoli 51 points right behind. It's going to be a fun last couple of weeks. And guys, I was asking, Mike was asking me from the bar, you know when last time Udinese was in Serie B? Take a wild guess, guys. 1994. 1994. It's been 30 years they're in Serie A. So who knows? Sassuolo Udinese. Sassuolo, I think, needs it.
I think Udinese it has it in their hands. In week
It does.
37, they play Empoli. Week 38, Frosinone. Those are the two teams directly ahead of them. If they beat any one of them, they'll jump them. At 32, they'll jump to 33. It's huge. It's huge. It's going to go down to the wire, though. Very exciting.
Get exciting Serie A, right?
Vinny and Fab, who you think is going to get that 5th place, which is Champions League? Is it going to be Roma, Atalanta, or Lazio?
I think
Guys, Atalanta also has that game, huh? Atalanta still has that game in hand with Fiorentina. So
Atalanta's looked better than Roma the whole year. They deserve that 5th spot.
I think Atalanta's going to do it. That's what I think. I definitely think that. And on that note, the gentlemen, that segment was brought to you by Fubo.tv, your home for all things Serie A and the EPL here in Canada. And looking over at Serie A Fantasy, Chicken Carm still leading the way. Looks like he's going to win this one unless of a big change. Peter Zaid from the Patreon, Ciao Presidente Cardinale. So I know us we do not partake in these kind of pools, but always fun to see. And the Chicken Carm, I think he took over maybe a couple of months ago, 3 months ago, and he just hit the ground running. Gentlemen, we have we're talking. Real Madrid won La Liga thanks to Girona last week. Parma is back in Serie A. Como, I believe, needs 1 point or 2 points to make it up to Serie A. These are nice stories, guys, but Como,
Shout out Cotrone. Cotrone gunning them up. Shout out my guy Cotrone, man. Shout out back in Serie A next year, hopefully.
if these teams play the way we think they're gonna play, that's why Serie A should be at 18 teams. It is what it is, guys. Let's finish off. Let's have a few laughs, right? Because Jan prepared us as always, right? We got our busted Calcio tweets. Are we ready to finish off with a few laughs, gentlemen? You haven't taken a look at what he's given us, so let's go ahead and listen to what Jan has in store.
Welcome to another Busted Calcio tweet segment for the week of March 6th. We're going to start ourselves off with
March.
What appears to be someone from Italy, Mark, at xmarkness__. I will say it in Italian and then do my best to translate, obviously. Guarda il calcio da 34 anni e non ho mai visto un attaccante così tecnico. And in the picture, it's our lovely Zirkzee that we have been linked to. So in English, for all those who don't speak the lovely language of Italian, I have been watching soccer for 34 years, and I have never seen a striker or an attacker with this much technique. I guess Mark watches calcio or soccer like Stevie Wonder would. I let that sink in because in the last 34 years we have seen the true Ronaldo play in Italy. We have seen Kaká play. We have seen Zlatan play. We've seen even Pirlo, even Totti, even Del Piero were still playing. We've even seen, the list goes on and on. Now, again, I don't want this to be taken as me not thinking that Zirkzee is a talented player. Not at all. He is a very talented player. I believe he has a bright future in Italy or wherever else he decides to go. But to say he's the most talented or technically gifted player that you've ever seen in the last 34 years is a lie. And again, you could be watching games the same way Stevie Wonder watches games. And that would make total sense. So you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Extremely busted tweet. Next.
Facebook Frank's taking the words out of my 34 years ago Van Basten was playing. So this guy has never seen a striker with this kind of technic prowess, guys, of Zirkzee. I don't understand. Any comments on this one? It's just like, I don't even know what else he has in store for us, but this is, Jesus Christ, people are fucking stupid.
I don't even know how serious people are when they make these stupid posts, because this is, the greatest. I've never seen one like this. Are you kidding me? I'll give you a stat here. Where do you think he sits on top goal scorers of Serie A this year? Well, what number do you think he sits at? Gio, any idea?
I think he's probably number 30.
No, that's terrible. What about you, Vinny?
What about you, Vinny? He's top 10.
Oh, yeah? He's 12th. 12th. Okay.
But I've never seen a striker.
Never seen it like this.
I've never seen it like this with his technique. All right, Jan, what else do you have for us?
From Nemanja Gribic at Nemci85. This would be the best coach Milan has ever hired in their history. And he is quoting an Italian football news headline with exclamation marks and red bells and whistles. Milan have begun talks with Sergio Conceição at Di Marzio. Now, I don't know how this could be the best coach Milan has ever hired in their history. I mean, he's won a few Portuguese titles. To me, the Portuguese league is not a top 5 league, but I do like the way his teams play. I think he is the right coach for us to show some of our players how to play a bit better in our zone, how to attack and how to defend as a unit, and how to just basically be a pain in the ass to play against in Champions League. I think Conceição would be a very good appointment for Milan, but to say he has been the best coach they ever hired in their history is absolutely wrong. Now, I went into a little back and forth with this Neanderthal, and they did specify that it's because of his, what he has won in the past. But that's not what you said. You said that they would be hiring their best coach ever, which, I'm sorry, you can't say that when we have the likes of Sacchi, Capello, and Ancelotti that coach their team. Now, granted, they didn't come here with the type of distinctions that Conceição had. But that's not what you tweeted. And just for that, this is why it's busted. And people need to curb their expectations as well of a coach that's coming from a league like Portugal. It's going to take him a little bit of time to adapt. Obviously, the roster that we have is not suited for him. So give him some time as well. I hope people don't go on the Conceição out train if he loses the first 2 games as well. But I do think if Milan hire this person, it would be a step in the right direction. I think Pioli is taking us as far as he can take us. And we need a coach of a slightly higher pedigree to take us to the next level. But getting back to what this person initially wanted to say, we don't usually hire coaches with a big pedigree. I think if Twitter was around when they hired a guy from a Serie A or the Primavera, everyone would have lost their mind saying, who is this person? Trust the process, people. This is why we're on Twitter and we have our phones in our hand, and there's people that are professionals that get paid to make these decisions. Trust the process. You know nothing. None of us do, myself included.
You know what I like about this one, guys? It's the capital letters. Ever hired in the history. At least if you would have worded like, the best coach that's come with pedigree or whatever. But this is... And to say that Jan went back and forth, because, Jan, he looks at these comments and obviously he's got to go poke the bear. Gio, is this more busted than the first one, or what say you so far?
Nah, the first one looking like, I don't know, man. These guys are, we've been talking about that F word for a long time. Ends with I can't remember it. But that's a hell of a drug right now. And I don't know. And I think that's what he's doing. Because, bro, come on, bro. I don't know. Frank, I'll go with Frank. Whatever Frank says is our best manager ever. And stuff like that. Because he'll know how many trophies they won each and all that stuff.
Ancelotti was considered a loser, according to Juventus and Moji. But look at him. Come on. Ancelotti is hands down our best one ever. So let's not be ridiculous.
All right, so let's go. What else, Jan?
And the next one, it was from a few weeks ago. Obviously, I had a little personal matter to take care of. I wasn't feeling great either last week. Very, very sick. But this one here just had to make the cut. From J, I don't know what that symbol is, Paolo. And at Paolo 523-83695. Is this a robotic bot? That is probably not even real. I don't know, but it got a lot of traction. Let's go with it. Unpopular opinion. We would have fought for the Scudetto if we had him for the whole season. I believe this is the phenom known as Miretti. Or is this Fagioli? I don't know. Either way,
no, that's Fagioli,
you would not be in the
Nicky
Scudetto race. You're lucky that your coach managed to scrape you into top 4 with that roster. And this is a message to all Juventini. I don't know what you think about getting Motta or any other coach. That roster is ass. You should be kissing Allegri's feet that you're finishing where you're finishing. Last year, you were a Champions League team. Milan wasn't. Because of your finagling and cheating, once again, you got kicked out. And thinking that these losers like Miretti or Fagioli are going to make your team a Scudetto title-winning team or Scudetto challengers is ridiculous. The Inter team is stacked. They play a system. They have a coach that knows how to win. And to think that just 1 or 2 players would have made a difference in this roster is absolutely false. And just for this is busted. But this is the delusion that is being a Juventino. They have a disease. And unfortunately, there's no cure for it. Because once you start rooting for a team like that, if you follow it every day, you're just going to correct yourself even more. So thank you again for everyone that sent in these lovely tweets. It was really fun going over them. Have a nice week. And remember, Forza Milan.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah.
He even says, unpopular opinion. We would have fought for the Scudetto if we had him for the whole season. Jesus Christ, man. It's like somebody, you know what this is like?
Get this fucking rat off the screen, all right?
It's like if it's like if we would have kept Salamakers all season, we would have fought for this. Winner, guys. Gio, is this a winner?
100%.
Yeah, man. He's Sammy the Bull, man. Y'all know who Sammy the Bull is. He ratted on everybody, man. Like, how could you trust a guy like that, man? I don't know, Vinny. Like, these guys are crazy, man. These guys are crazy.
Yeah, no, this
Like,
is
I don't know.
you know what, even this can be trolling because he's even saying, "Hey guys, this is an unpopular decision opinion," but yeah. No, this
But look,
is this is yeah.
he's not even a real person. The Paulo 89469, those are not real people. So somehow a bot came up with this bullshit and knew it was going to be unpopular.
And this bot came up with this picture.
Nonsense. It's nonsense. Yes, it's just AI
It's still-
is a scary world.
It's still, this one is still a winner for me. It's still a winner.
100%, 100% the winner.
Guys, thank you once again for joining me. Myself and little Vinny, appreciate you all. Thank you very much.
A
Guys,
little
this-
bit.
little Vinny. Sunday, yeah, I'm gonna do it again, guys, because you know what? The show must go on. We're gonna do another pregame.
Isn't it Saturday, Vinny? Saturday.
Is it Saturday or Sunday? I believe that I saw Sunday. Hold on a second.
No,
Fixtures.
Saturday.
Is it
Are
Because
you
I don't know how
looking
I'm
at
gonna
like Australian time?
Yes,
Is
it
yes, that's
Saturday?
right.
Saturday,
the 11th.
2:45. Wutana.
Saturday 2:45 it is. We shall see each other an hour and a half before game time. Whoever wants to join, and then Fabio, possibly Gio. On Monday, who knows? Maybe Steve's gonna come back. I'm sure he's gonna make an appearance by the end of the season because I'm sure he's got a lot in his mind. I spoke to him a couple of times. But guys, thank you to Patreon. Thank you to everybody supporting. I know the chat has been heavy, just the way social media has been heavy the last couple of weeks. But guys, it is what it is. As Jan said, sempre Forza Milan. And I understand the Curva's decision. I do not agree with it, and that's what I'm going to go with. I respect them a lot for what they do, the passion. I have the right to not like that decision, but I do understand it, where they're coming from. But that's me. That's just lonely Vinny. That's what I think, and that's why I'm going to continue rooting. I'm going to continue going to the bar, and thank you again, God, for reminding us there were worse times, a lot worse times.
There were. I want to
Fab.
just say one thing.
Yes, go ahead.
It sucks for the people who make a whole trip out of going to Milan, that the game that say they picked happened to be the game where they don't get to see the Curva do their display and really have a moment that makes it so magical of going as a Milan fan, especially for the first time, maybe only time that you could go. So it's just a bummer. And hopefully, again, they sing a lot of songs that say that they're always there, no matter what. Well, this week they weren't there. They weren't singing. And I don't know how fair it was to the players and, like I said, the rest of the other fans. But they were trying to make a point, and it is what it is. You gotta respect the fact that they deserve to have, whatever point that they want to make. They deserve to make it if that's how they feel. But I feel bummed out for those people who, if you made and spent a lot of time to plan to go see Milan Genoa there, and then in turn you don't even get to hear the chants and the way everything the Curva does. It was just it's a bummer, and I feel bummed out for them.
Closing words, Gio?
Nah, man. I mean, like that video I sent you in the chat, Vinny. I'm already on next season. That's how Kobe think, and we're just vibing out right now. We're gonna watch it. It's Ellie's birthday on Saturday, so I'm gonna be at her birthday party that we're going. So I don't know how I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna be making sure the kids is good, but I'm gonna be on the phone. Always support the team, man. And let's just go on a high, man. Let's just go on a high, man.
That's it. And on that note, guys, thank you again for joining from Long Island, from California, from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, ovunque e sempre.
Forza Milan!
State buone, and check the subscription notifications. Ciao.